And I'm Jessica Bishop.
And you're listening to Through Dangers Untold, a monthly art podcast about traversing the precarious gap between art school and a professional, sustainable art career. Um, so this is kind of a different week. Normally, I ask what we're working on, but we don't have to be working on things right now. But if you're working on something,
Yeah.
Jess, what are you working on?
Well, I am looking to get full-time work now, so I'm kind of just been working on trying to revamp my portfolio. I'm not being, I mean, like, I'm doing some work. I'm not going crazy with it because, things
Yeah.
are kind of crazy right now. And like we just talked about, I got other things to do, like watch Tiger King.
Indeed.
So it's like, but yeah, so that's what I'm working on in my spare time when I'm not watching reality TV.
That makes total sense.
What about you?
I'm continuing to work on this commission slowly but steadily. I started painting, so I'm having fun doing salt textures and just washing in big washes of color all through it. So that's actually very relaxing and very fun. So that is what I am working on. But also trying to take care of myself and take breaks and kind of get used to all this new situation. Um, my partner's working at home now, so we're trying to work out all that, but it's been pretty good. And I hope also everyone is out there is safe and healthy and taking good care of each other during these crazy times. Um, And so, because it's crazy times,
Yeah.
we wanted to ask very silly questions about art that really don't matter and are just fun and are just ridiculous. So, I have some. Do you want to start, Jess? Do you want me to start? What do you want to do?
Okay. You start because my questions are that fun game I found earlier.
Oh, yeah, that
And
was
I
really
and
cool.
I like sat and thought about it for like 20 minutes earlier.
I probably should have looked at it more, actually.
No, we can talk about it when
Okay,
we get,
good, good, good.
because I feel like there's a lot to talk about in there and like
Yeah,
discuss.
yeah, totally. I thought so too. Uh, so, I started thinking of this topic with speaking of tigers,
Uh,
what what animal, if your art could be an animal, what would it
slug,
be?
slug,
Slug.
slug.
Ooh, I love it. Not dolphin.
I do feel like I draw more slugs, but that slug I drew, I put a dorsal fin on.
That's right, you did. It's so cute.
I was like, "This isn't balanced enough," and I was just like, "Dorsal fin."
Oh, so
I was like,
cute.
"That's so much better."
It looks so good.
Yeah, he was fun, and I did him because I was trying to make something that, like, and I drew, like, his little front and back too, like, a little sketch because I just wanted, like, something where I could show, like, my process really quick that
Yeah,
wasn't just, like, painting process, but also I wanted something to show some of my, like, thought process too, um, just for my portfolio, so that's why I made that.
nice.
Um, yeah,
I love it.
so I think it would be a slug. What about yours?
Mm. Like the first animal that comes to mind is fox because I think my art is a lot of different things and it has a lot of different moods, but it kind of tends to be a little bit about in between spaces and transformation and kind of traversing through places. And so I always think of foxes, as tricksters and as shapeshifters and also just kind of getting to slip through like secret places and into secret passages and maybe into fairy. So that's my first guess.
I like I see what you're saying.
Go ahead, go ahead. I'm willing to be
But when
convinced
I think, like
otherwise.
I mean, maybe I'm playing the game wrong, but
Oh,
I
whatever.
think of you
There are no
and I'm
rules.
like, "You are not a fox."
Oh no, I
But
don't
I
think
know
I'm
it's
a
about I
fox.
yeah, 'cause I'm pretty
No, 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 no.
so, like and I think, like, I associate people's art so strongly with their personality, which is probably a terrible habit, honestly. But, like, I'm just like, but I'm like, "But your art," like, so, like, to me, when I look at your art, I
Mhm.
am not evoked the emotions of a fox because I think of fox and I think of that Gary Fox in Antichrist that says chaos reigns.
Oh, that's very specific.
That I will never forget that movie, of course. Um, and I'm just like, "But no," I just wanna, like, cradle you and pat your head.
Oh, I'm thinking of like trickster foxes, fairy foxes.
I just, like, am being weird about foxes right now
No,
because my
that's
ex really liked foxes, and I'm
yeah.
just like, I just
Oh,
I can't. I just can't.
I gotcha. So what do you
Or
see?
okay, well, my first thought, it was stupid.
No, just say
'Cause
it.
my first thought was dragon. I was like, "Okay, the
Oh.
game isn't what do you draw the most, Jess."
No, you know what's funny is that's my first thought. Well, besides fox. It was first
Besides
fox.
fox.
It was first fox and then it was second it was dragon. So, that's totally fine.
I feel like dragons, like there's, like, multiple personalities dragons can have.
Yeah.
They're multifaceted, and there's different
Yeah.
types, but they're
Totally.
also but they're also tricksters, and like, kinda slip between worlds, but they're also very wise. I think I would say a dragon tends to be more wise than a fox.
Mm, that's true.
Maybe yeah, and
And
I
I
feel
am
like
I am a big know-it-all.
that is not what I was going but more like, I think a lot of your art is more mature
Oh.
than a fox.
Oh, thank you. Well,
Yeah,
I'll
like
take that.
yeah, I feel like I don't know, I just feel like fox just isn't doing you justice, and I'm just anti-fox right now.
That's totally fair.
Just getting all the tea out here.
Gotcha. Totally fine. Cool, cool, cool. Um, so do you wanna ask a question? Do you want me to ask more? Because I have a bunch of dumb
Ask
ones.
more question. Yeah, you ask question. I
Alright.
tried coming up with some questions and they just didn't come, but if I come up with any right now, I'll tell you.
Alright. Alright. So, what Disneyland ride?
These are great questions.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Would your art be?
Okay. We're talking about Disneyland Magic Kingdom
Yeah, to
or
narrow it down, but if you have one that you feel fits better that's at Disney World, then go for it.
okay, let me think for a second. Okay. I always like it's so hard because I'm always like, I have a favorite. I have a favorite Disneyland ride, but I'm like, I don't know if I am that ride. I don't think I'm far off from that ride. My favorite
Right.
ride at Disneyland is Pirates of the Caribbean. This
Yay.
is not my favorite ride at Disney World because Disneyland does that ride way better,
Oh, that's
in
so
my opinion.
fun. That was my favorite ride forever.
It's so good because and you know why it's so good?
Why?
It's that, beginning that they do where
Mm.
it's the slow drift out of the bayou,
Yes. The
and
fireflies.
it's excellent.
Mhm.
Like, it really sets the scene, and it goes through the restaurant, which is just really cool.
I love that restaurant.
Me too. It's so thematically nice, and I love that they
Yes.
really just went full in with the New Orleans pirate
I
thing.
know, I love it.
It's so good. It's so romantic.
It is. And
And,
it
like, they
so
lost some of
cute.
that like, the Disney World one is still good, it's great, but that they lost some of that
Aw.
in the translation, just because they didn't have that bayou scene, and it was
Mm.
yeah, it wasn't specifically, like, Louisiana, like,
Mhm.
because it was more Louisiana in California.
Yeah.
It was still Caribbean, but, like, gave you more of a general, like, from here to the Caribbean instead of just, like, Caribbean, like,
Yes. Yes.
just more of a setting.
Love it.
Um, but I don't know if I you got me going now. Okay.
Yeah, and what
Hold
is
on.
your art? If your art is, then what does it fit? Where does it fit? I don't know my
Okay.
answer either.
I am cheating a little bit and I am looking up the rides.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's
Because I
fine.
they all blur together and I've only been to Disneyland once and because I had family in Florida growing up.
Mhm.
So I would get to go to Disney World all the time because
Nice.
like we didn't have to pay for hotels and stuff. So
So nice.
uh, right.
Mhm.
I do like a big thing for me is like the dark rides. So I
Mhm.
remember liking well, Pirates of the Caribbean is one, but like I
Yes.
like the ones with the like the nice traditional 2D art like backdrops and little
Yes.
characters that pop out. Like they're so good.
Yes.
Um I don't you know what? You know what? I think I'm like my art and like is kind of Peter Pan.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can totally see that.
I love Peter Pan
Mhm.
and like fairies and mermaids and
Yeah.
all those really great things, but also pirates in London.
Yes.
There's no space, but like I mean sometimes my art incorporates space, but not like it's always kind of like a fantasy space. What Alice in Wonderland ride is there? Why is Alice in Wonderland coming up? What is this ride?
Have you not been on it?
'Cause
On the Alice in Wonderland? And
I just don't remember it.
the coolest part is when you're in a caterpillar and you go out on the leaves outside for a minute by the teacups, and then it goes back into the dark ride.
I do not remember this ride. Okay, you know what's great about the internet is you can do point of view dark
I
rides.
know, I love it. I've been doing that a lot. That's why I asked this question.
I was watching quite a few theme park videos yesterday.
So fun. There's this really cool one, I think in the Netherlands, that has a ferry ride.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really cool. I'll have to send you the link.
You know what? I think I probably did go on this ride. It's just I just don't remember it very much.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
Maybe a combo of Alice in Wonderland and Peter Pan?
I love Alice in Wonderland, but I'm not I like the books. I'm not like super into the Disney version because it kind of freaks me out.
That makes
Um,
sense.
so yeah, I think I gotta go with Peter Pan. But if we're gonna talk about Disney World,
Mhm.
they did a Little Mermaid ride in the last like 10 years. Uh,
Mm.
and it is absolutely fantastic.
Ooh, cool.
Or or we can expand this to Disney Sea and they have 2 rides there that are Jules Verne. So
Oh,
they did this, like, amazing, ridiculous rendition of Journey to the Center of the Earth and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and they're very fantastical versions. I will link you some ride walkthroughs of those because you would love them.
is that the one in Japan?
Yes,
That
yes,
one looks so cool.
yes.
I don't think
So
I've seen
there's
any walkthroughs. I would love some walkthroughs 'cause
yeah, I'll send them to you.
yeah.
They're kind of imperative because they're so, like so Disney Sea, when I went to Disney Sea, I did not go to Magic Kingdom.
Mhm.
That's the like, well, their version of Magic Kingdom that's there. I just
Mhm.
went to Disney Sea and, like, it was the most beautiful like, apparently a lot of people think this. It is hands down the most beautiful Disney park.
Ooh, so cool.
It's and it really was beautiful. Like, it was just artistically I could talk about this forever. Alright, we
I
gotta move
really
on.
wanna go.
You would love it.
I would
However,
love it.
surprisingly, the food at least that I found
Mhm.
at Disney Tokyo was not as good. Like, they didn't at least from what I found, granted, it was probably harder because I don't speak Japanese, but they don't have the sit-down restaurants like Disney does.
Oh, okay.
Like, I mean, they have quick service, but, like, Disney World in particular has really amazing traditional style restaurants.
Yeah, I have heard that.
Uh, yeah, they do really good. Not their quick service is fine. It's kind of like standard, but like their traditional style restaurants are great.
Mm.
Anyway, what about your art and you?
I think that my art would also be uh, in Fantasyland, in Disneyland. My family went a lot when we were young.
I feel like you're also kind of a Peter Pan.
Actually, I have a very specific one. So
Oh, okay.
I don't
Okay.
know if this is still there, but there used to be a walkthrough in Sleeping Beauty's castle.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And
I think they limited it now or took it out. But
yeah, and it was very simple. You'd walk through the narrow parts of the castle, up and up these stairs, and you would see these dioramas that would move of the story of Sleeping Beauty. And
I
Sleep
I believe I did that. Yeah.
oh, I love it. Sleeping Beauty is my favorite animated
It's
Disney
beautiful.
movie. I love it. I love the design in it. I love the medieval tapestry quality of the backgrounds. Um,
They're great.
they're so beautiful. But I mean, so I picked that one because specifically Sleeping Beauty has um, a lot of detail because of that tapestry background. And that's something I really like to work with, a lot of texture. And then of course the fantasy theme, and it has dragons in it too.
It
And
does. And the coolest villain.
it's in a castle too, so there you go. That's what I am.
Yeah, you're right. That makes total sense.
But I love pirates, and I love Haunted Mansion. Those were my two favorite
Haunted Mansion is better at Orlando.
for a long time. Is it really?
Yeah, it's great in California, but Orlando's better.
Mm.
They switched on those rides. Pirates is
Mm.
better at uh, Disneyland, and yeah, but those are arguably, and I would probably fight to the death on this. Those two rides are the best rides that Disney ever made.
They're so great. They're
Yeah,
so great. I love the roller coasters too, but yeah, they're just
the roller coasters are good, but
Space Mountain in
there's
particular.
something different to be said about a thrill ride that's I mean, they're not even thrill rides. I mean, they're dark rides. I mean, they're kind of
Yeah.
both. They're exciting, but
Oh,
you
the
know,
Indiana Jones ride is really great too, actually. But yeah, yes, all of it.
isn't
I like it.
man, I love theme park rides.
Me
And
too.
like there's so much art that still goes into them.
I know, it's so cool.
Mhm,
Did
mhm.
you ever walk up to the gallery to see the concepting for the Imagineers stuff?
No,
So cool.
being an Imagineer would be really badass.
It would be really awesome, for sure.
I, um I know someone who works at Disney, and, like, every once in a while, she posts, like, on her private Facebook, like, photos of the parties and stuff, like, premiere
Oh,
parties and
really?
stuff,
Oh, fun.
and I'm just always like, "Oh my god, it's so cool."
You're like, I wish.
I think she's an animator?
Oh,
I'm not
cool.
sure.
That's awesome.
But, yeah, it was pretty cool, like, the Frozen party she posted pictures of.
Oh, so awesome.
It was really cute, and everyone, they all got in, like, evening wear, and it was really cute.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
All right, more
super
questions.
cool. Okay.
So I also have the actor studio questions. I don't know if you ever watched the actor studio. It's kind of an
No.
older thing, but like he would always end the thing with a bunch of questions at the end. So I thought these would
Okay.
probably be pretty good for this thing. So, what would your art's favorite word be? I know it's real dumb when you make your art answer the question.
Sludge.
Sludge?
Slime.
Slime? That's a good
Space.
word.
Splice. No, no. Splime.
Space slime?
Yeah, basically. Dolphin.
Dolphin
Dorsal.
space slime?
Something. Um,
Squishy?
yeah, something like that. No. I like that word. I don't know if my art does.
Squishy?
Yeah. I mean, like, it
Good word.
probably does, but I'm just like, been talking with myself about how I'm like, I need some more hard surface designs because I'm just really into that doughy
There was nothing wrong with
Pillsbury
doughy.
Doughboy textures.
I like it.
I do too. I don't know how many people are hiring for me to reconcept the Pillsbury Doughboy, but I'm gonna go for it.
Do it.
Oh, he's already so cute. I haven't seen him in a while.
It's true.
Where is he?
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
He was really cool. Maybe they'll make a baby Pillsbury Doughboy because they made the baby peanut.
Son of Pillsbury Doughboy.
Think about like you could just really like drive home the cute factor.
Yeah, that's true. It really would.
What would your art want to say? What word?
Salty.
What?
Salty.
Salty?
Yes.
Because you use salt?
Yes.
Okay.
Are
Like,
you-
why is your art salty?
because I'm salty.
Okay, there we go. It's like, what's this mood?
No, I don't know. Like pensive.
That's a good.
How about that? Salty pensive? It sounds like a character name.
Yeah, it does. It's a new Harry Potter character.
Yeah, yeah. Hello, my name's Salty Pensive.
Just give it 10 years. He'll come out as gay, like every
Yeah,
other
yeah,
Harry Potter
totally. Yeah,
character.
yeah. Secret gay Salty Pensive.
Yep. It wasn't a secret. We all knew.
It's true. And that's all right. You gotta live your life.
You go, Salty.
That's right. Oh no.
Do you live your life?
Yep.
Fictional characters can do what they want right now. However, okay, sidebar.
Sidebar.
Yeah,
Mm,
like, side note.
yes.
I am super into the Princess Diaries book series.
Yes.
Fun facts, embarrassing facts. Not really. You know what? I'm proud of this. Anyway, I love the Princess Diaries book series.
Mm-hmm.
She technically finished it a few years ago. She wrote like a final sequel. I don't think she's going to do another one.
Mm-hmm.
But for the coronavirus, she started writing new excerpts from Princess Mia's journals
Huh.
about the coronavirus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Genovia has it.
Oh.
Yeah, but they're very cute.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, they're
maybe
very.
it'll end out good.
I'm sure it will. Everything in the Princess Diaries always ends out well.
That's good.
No one knows anything about the Princess Diaries because everyone just saw the Anne Hathaway movie and moved on. But Mia in the books abolishes the monarchy in Genovia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, her dad gets really mad because her dad's still alive in the books. And like behind her dad and grandma's back, she abolishes the monarchy and they all lose their power.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so her dad becomes prime minister because the people still voted him to be prime minister because it's a book and things have to be happy. So they're still in government, but they're they're not a ruling class anymore.
Oh.
So yeah, Princess Diaries rules. And she marries Michael Moskovitz, who is a genius, a literal genius in the books, not some dude who's in a band and works on cars. What was that? Like he makes robots that do heart surgery in the books.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's a real hottie, okay? Anyway, next question.
So, well, no, so here, let's expand upon that though. Okay, so if your art was a book, what would it be?
Mm. Mm. That's tough. That one's really tough. I mean, like I kind of want to go back to fairy tale
Mm-hmm.
with that
Yeah,
again.
totally.
I mean, because like all my favorite Disney movies, like that have fairy tales, like I've read them all. But it's hard because you know I've taken like I think we probably both have taken so much like inspiration from so many fairy tales and things. Like I love
Yes.
the original Peter Pan because Peter Pan's like a homicidal maniac.
Yep. Yep.
Love that. I
It's pretty
love
crazy.
the original Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
Mm-hmm.
But I love it, but I also love the history of it maybe more than the actual book.
That makes sense.
There's so much stuff to unpack there.
Yeah, that is for sure.
um yeah. And but also I was really into the Snow Queen growing up
Oh, I
and
love
Little
that
Mermaid.
one.
The Snow Queen
Yeah.
is so good. It's so weird.
It's one of my favorite fairy tales.
It's it's so weird but so romantic and beautiful.
Yeah, it's very poetic.
Yeah, and it's just like I don't know. I loved that. Um,
Yeah, that's a great one.
but also then I like a lot of field guides.
Like animal field guides or
Yeah,
like yeah,
yeah,
that
like
that
nature
makes
field
sense.
guides.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love those. Like I use them for my art and stuff, and I collect them and I look at the pictures of the animals.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I'm a really big book person.
Mhm.
I I like a lot of nonfiction books too.
That makes sense. And that I'm sure informs your art too.
Yeah, totally. Like I read a lot of history books, science books, and also like alien conspiracy books. I mean history.
Awesome.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that one's tough. That one's really tough. Do you have one in mind?
I do.
What is it?
So I also read a lot of books, and yes, a lot of it would cover a lot of things, especially a lot of fairy tale, like you were talking about, and myths and poetry and history, definitely history, and like fables and such. But there is one of my favorite books of all time is Winter Rose by Patricia McKillip.
Okay.
And it's a fairy tale about fairy that just I think really captures that feeling I try to imbue my art with in terms of it's a romance, but there's also danger, there's loss, there's being trapped in between, there's the forest, the nature that's this ever present, its own character that threatens but can also heal. So I always love that the duplicity of fairies, the that they run by their own logic and that they can only be um, defeated by kind of playing the game at their rules with their rules and then tricking them in it as they would try to trick you. And there's something about that
Mhm.
that I find really fascinating. Um, and so I tend to paint. I like to paint things that are in between moments and are in between maybe figuring something out or um maybe caught in a problem or a puzzle or something they're trying to figure out to get to the next step, or are on a journey, or um, I don't know. There's just something about that between thing that just really captures me. So uh, I feel like that book in particular really captures that feeling. So yeah. Anyway,
I just looked it up and added it to my list.
it's so good. I love anything Patricia McKillop writes because she's a very visual writer. So
It sounds good. It sounds very, like, romantic-ish. I
yeah,
like it.
yeah. I
I
think
like
you.
the cover too, at least the one that's on Goodreads.
Oh, that's Kaneko Craft, and I love her forever. She's a huge inspiration, and she's amazing.
Yeah, it's
So
really nice. It's really
yeah,
nice.
yeah, she's awesome. Her work is beautiful. And if you look at it up close, like it has all these little beautiful symbolic details. Highly, highly inspiring.
I like how, like, the tree kinda, like oh, it's it's like a landscape that makes her shirt.
Yes.
Like, her co
Yes.
that's interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Uh, oh yeah.
Did you ever read, okay, so I don't draw a lot of sci-fi, a little bit of it.
Mhm.
Like, I draw some inspiration from it, but I actually like reading sci-fi a bit,
Mhm.
and I don't know, I have you ever read any Clark? Probably.
Which
Maybe
one?
it wasn't Clark who wrote it. Well, have you read Childhood's End?
Um, gosh, I might have. Let me see.
Yeah, it is Arthur C. Clarke. Um, it's short, and I love that book because it combines sci-fi with, what would I call it? Like, esotericism.
Mhm.
So, there's this wonderful scene, where this guy goes to this party, and, so the premise of the book, this isn't a spoiler for anyone listening, if anyone's listening, and the premise of the book is that aliens come back to Earth, and it
Mhm.
is back to Earth. They've been here before, and they refuse to show Earthlings what they look like until one day they say, "Okay, like, we'll show you what we look at like."
Mhm.
And they come down and they look like Satan.
Huh.
So the whole premise is the ancient aliens premise that
Oh,
the
gotcha.
gods were just aliens once
Right.
upon a time. So, and that's where the idea of Satan came from. So, you know, that's the premise. Anyway, so this guy goes to this party, these rich people, and
Mhm.
one of the people in attendance is actually an alien. And but they do a séance.
Mhm.
And it's just this really interesting scene, that kind of merges the idea of where sci-fi and fantasy and, the occult can exist in one sphere,
Mhm.
and how they possibly do exist in one sphere.
Nice.
Um, and I feel like I think about that a lot,
Oh, yeah.
especially in my art, and I think it's, yeah, that always hit me a certain way.
Oh, yeah. That makes total sense.
Yeah, it's a great book.
I don't think I've read that one, but I read Rendezvous with Rama, which is also
Okay,
Arthur
I
C. Clarke, and I
I
enjoyed
have not
that.
read it.
I enjoyed that a lot. It's kind of it's your like artifact coming into space, into our galaxy. I can't remember, maybe approaching Earth, and then you have to figure out what it is. Like, is it a threat? And
Mhm.
so it's an exploration team, and it was quite cool. But yeah, I'll have to check that one out. It sounds really good.
Yeah, you'd probably like it. It's definitely, a book that I think a lot of people wouldn't like because it's written more abstractly.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's written more in, like, pieces than anything and kind of snapshots of how life changes,
Oh,
with
interesting.
alien rule. Yeah, so but I'm fine with that. I mean, you'd probably be fine with that, but I could see where some people wouldn't like it because it's not like, here's one character and you follow the whole character through a journey. It's
Right.
more about it's more about the entire story itself instead of just one person.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But
Cool.
yeah. All right.
That's cool.
Next question.
Do you want me to ask another question, or do we want to move
Yes.
to your stuff?
Wait, I don't care. Give me the other one.
All right. So we did favorite word. What would your art's least favorite word be?
I don't know. Clean.
Oh.
Clean.
Why do you say clean?
Honestly, because there's some Febreze on the table.
Oh.
But also, in a more abstract way, I don't feel like I focus too much on having like clean lines or clean anything in my paintings. Like I think I get them sometimes, but like I don't know. It's just not something that I like obsess over. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that does.
I'm just kind of like finger painty.
That makes sense. You're finding the shapes as you go.
Yeah, I'm definitely more like that. Like whenever I try to like sketch something or like use line, I'm always just like, ugh, hate it.
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't know. It's probably the same reason why I don't like doing math.
That's possible. Mine is robots. I don't want to
Yeah,
draw robots.
I can see that. Yeah,
I could draw a
that too.
steampunk. Okay, I have limitations on this though, because I wouldn't mind drawing like organic or like steampunk style robot, like maybe made of a tea kettle.
Steampunk scares me more than regular robot, I think.
Really?
There's more details.
Ooh, see it? Well, see, there you go.
See,
I'm like,
yeah, like
hey, scroll work, rad.
at least with like regular robot, you can like get away with like being minimalist with it.
Yeah,
But steampunk, you cannot.
I love it. Give me that Victorian chair. I'll make a robot out of it.
Yeah, and like as soon as I'm like sci-fi, I'm like retro futurism crap, and I'm just like simple, clean, sharp,
Nice.
round, and sharp. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense. Whereas I'm like, I want it to be fancy. Or look, I want it to look like a tree. And then it's a dryad anyway, so whatever.
That is a good point though. Like steampunk, you can get away with adding additional organic elements to non-organic elements.
Cover it in cabochons.
What's a cabochon?
We've had this discussion.
Was I awake?
I don't know. It's an unset gem or unfaceted gem or
We have had this
crystal.
conversation.
Yeah, we had a conversation. I love painting them because they're fun.
They are, yeah. They're sparkly.
Yeah, and they're glowy, and that's just fun. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
What?
For real.
What? Oh, I don't know. What inspires you? I think we kind of had this discussion though, with like books and stuff.
I mean, yeah, I think we went over some of that.
Yeah.
I think we probably both get a lot of inspiration from books and
Yeah.
things, and I watch some movies too sometimes, but
Yeah.
yeah, I've been watching some weird stuff. Quarantine.
Yeah. Filling up your art brain.
Yeah, when I'm not watching reality.
That's probably filling up your art brain too.
No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Definitely not. It's just making my brain mush.
Oh, okay.
But like that's valid, I think.
Yeah, you need that too. How about what uninspires you?
Pandemics.
Yeah.
Reality TV.
Oh.
Um, when my dog barfs on the bed.
Oh, no. That's very uninspiring.
Yeah, I think, like, I don't know. I don't think I ever, like, something happens and I'm just, like, inspired. But I think, like, just I think for me, like, some people say the opposite, but when I get really stressed out, I find that not inspiring. I definitely do more work when I am not stressed.
Yeah.
Um, even if it's, like even if I'm emotional, like, I can be emotional and come up with an idea
Mhm.
theoretically, but that idea will, 1, probably be bad, or 2, I'll need to wait till I'm not stressed out to see that idea become something.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and that's just yeah. So I guess right now is uninspired.
Yeah, and that is totally fair.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. My advice for that is don't push it.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of bad advice. Um, we'll be serious here for a second. I'm seeing a lot of bad advice online. I saw
Mhm.
someone post on Facebook yesterday saying, "Hey, fellow creators, I'm having a hard time right now. What is everyone doing to like, maybe feel a little bit better about creating?" And all the responses were, "You should be thriving."
Ew.
And I was like, this was coming from like other people that I think also are creators in one way or another. And I was just like, Jesus, like people are just like, this is the best time to create. You can do it. And I'm just like, that is not even real advice. Like, I don't know. Like, real
Yeah.
advice for me is, for example, what I've tried to do, and I'm not succeeding at this all the time, is like come up with one small thing to do a day and sit down, even if it's for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
And try to do one thing because progress is progress, even if it's just a very small amount of progress.
that's right.
And, it's the fact that people are expecting productive. Some people are productive in the environment, and that's fine. But a lot of
Mhm.
people are not. And like, there's no need to like be like, this is great for artists because, like, especially when they pull out that stuff about, oh God, who was it? Walt Whitman or something that had his mom make him sandwiches. I'm in isolation and but my mommy makes me sandwiches. Like, that's not the situation. Uh, like, chosen
Yeah.
isolation is different than forced isolation.
Yeah, it's very different.
So, people that are comparing it to all these great creators who isolated themselves to make something, that's not the same. It's just not.
No, it isn't. And I mean, everybody's real afraid right now. And I think people are really afraid because they've lost a lot of money, especially creators, because they've lost a lot of money because of the crash of the their income streams. So I think a lot of people are panicking and are just like, well, we have to be productive so that we can survive. And
And that's like
that's
a totally valid coping mechanism.
that's a distraction from the fear. And yeah, some people that's how they're going to get through, but like
Yeah.
legitimately I wish they wouldn't push it on other people.
Yeah, it's not practical to expect it of other people.
No,
And I
no.
think the people that are pushing it on other people are faking it anyway. So,
Oh, absolutely, 100%. That's like I said,
like
it's covering the fear.
I'm like, "I know you're just drinking. Come on."
There are probably definitely bouts of that.
Like, but yeah. So I think
Yeah.
just whatever anyone can get done is, enough.
Yeah, we're in survival mode, so it's just whatever you can handle each day, and sometimes it's just taking hour by hour what you can handle in that moment. And
Exactly.
this is coming from a person whose prime coping strategy is to extremely regiment myself and to get things done. Um, but at the same time, like I still need off days, and I still need um, curled up in a blanket, gonna just play video games all day, take care of myself days. And a lot of hours in the
Totally.
morning. I'm spending so many hours in the morning doing yoga and meditating and writing in my journal and working on my coping strategies and my therapy notes. Like, I'm doing the work in the morning because because it's that bad right now. So like, you have to, no, you have to do the work. You have to in the self-care work, and you have to take care of yourself. So do that, please.
Yes, whatever works.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That didn't Was that supportive of
No,
you?
it came
What you're
out
saying?
fine. Yeah.
Okay, good.
No, yeah. No worries.
Okay, good. Because all of this is good.
Yeah, everyone is handling this differently, and everyone's fine. Just
Yeah,
people need to just chill. Just
chill.
chill with each
Yeah. Yes, agreed.
other. Don't go outside.
Don't go outside. Chill. Yes. Okay. All
Should we
right.
do this thing I found?
Yes. Yes, we should. Yes, I need to pull it up. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
I do too. I accidentally closed it because I'm dumb. Okay, I found it. I think I already okay. Should I explain it?
Yeah, I
Okay.
do.
Okay, so someone posted on Twitter today. Apparently it was drawn and drafted.
Yes.
Um, they posted a choose your dead artist quarantine house.
It's so awesome.
And I thought this was hilarious. Okay. So there are 6 houses, and I'm just gonna should we read them all at once or just read them as we go? Let's read them as we go.
Yeah, I think we can read them as we go.
Okay. Let's start with house 1. So it's Vincent van Gogh, Henri Matisse, Frida Kahlo, Andy Warhol, and Peter Paul Rubens. So this house is very contentious for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, because out of this entire list, I think like Van Gogh and Frida Kahlo are probably like 2 of the artists on here that I would like to talk to the most,
Mhm.
but I do not want to be in the same room as Andy Warhol.
That's fair.
Like, I just remember people always being so obsessed with him, but he was such a jerk.
Yeah.
And like, I think he would be incredibly toxic to be in a quarantine house with.
Yeah. Yeah, probably so. Especially because Vincent van Gogh, or how do you say it? Go. I know, isn't it like Goth?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know how to say it.
I can say
Vince,
go.
yeah, Vince,
I'm American.
he's delicate, right? And I'm delicate. Like, I don't know.
I feel like
We might end up,
okay.
killing Andy Warhol and burying him in the.
Well, that could happen. But like, I mean, Vincent and Frida were both like into quarantine.
Yeah,
One,
yeah, okay, okay.
like, they both have experience with this, and I really like their work. And I mean, I'm a really big Van Gogh fan, and Frida was just awesome.
Totally.
I mean, we all know that.
Yes.
Um,
I like Matisse's work too,
I,
actually.
yeah, I don't have much of an opinion on Matisse or Peter Paul Rubens. I mean, I'm sure.
His
I don't know.
sculptures are beautiful,
I
but
meant to like go through and read more about them as people, but I didn't get all the way through that.
he did have a propensity to, to sculpt like, rape of blah blah blah. So that would
Oh,
get
did
old really
he?
fast.
Oh, God. I mean, like, at least Matisse like had great use of color.
Yeah.
um, I don't know.
I think we're saying a no on this one.
It's 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 hard. It's hard. Like it's like a yes and a no. It would be. I think it would be really hard to be around Warhol. He'd be
Oh
such
wait,
a
am I
jerk.
thinking Rodin and not Rubens? Oh no, my art history.
Oh yeah, I
Burp,
think
burp.
so.
Burp, burp. Let me see. Who is wrote?
Rubens did a lot of
Oh, they're beautiful.
like, yeah, there's a lot of biblical historical stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty though.
Yeah, I think he'd be a good teacher. Like, I mean, I don't know that, but like he might have some tidbits.
Some quality info.
But yeah, I don't know. That's tough. Like, if we could get rid of Andy, potentially.
Well, maybe there would
Uh,
be like a real world style. Wow, now I'm dating myself. Real world style, like, like, oh, he's the
no,
worst. Let's kick him out.
Okay, but this would be a great real world show.
It would. It really would.
There would be so much drama, like with all of these houses. So house number 2 is interesting as
Mhm.
well. So it's Leonardo da Vinci, Jackson Pollock, Camille Claudel, Edvard Munch, however you want to say it. I don't have any accents. Or Alphonse Mucha.
Ooh, yeah.
That's like a great house, except
Yeah.
for Jackson Pollock. I'm
I don't know.
I
He's just gonna
he
be
would be
sitting
like
there. He's gonna be just sitting there doing his process paintings, and it'll be very
he would
relaxing.
okay, all right, but let's think about being Jackson Pollock. All of a sudden, your living room is covered in tarp and you're slinging paint and you're just drinking your coffee and the paint gets in your goddamn coffee cup.
He's relegated to the shed.
I think he was also known to be a jerk, um,
Oh.
if
Oh,
I'm
no.
remembering correctly. I'm not sure, but also, like, he gives off jerk vibes to me. I don't know. Um, it's so hard to tell with old artists because there's only so much information left.
Yeah, how would you know if they're jerks or not?
Yeah, it's like, there's some information out there, but, like, it's also biased and also not biased enough.
Mhm. Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Like, but, like, I mean, theoretically, that could be an okay house, and I think talking to Leonardo da Vinci would be really interesting.
Yeah.
I think as someone who really likes Art Nouveau, I think Luca would also be, um I don't know, he lived during a really cool time.
Mhm.
He lived through a lot of cool bar scenes.
Nice.
So he's got some good stories, right?
Yeah, totally.
Um, okay, I will say that there's not enough women on this list because that is skewing the houses.
Yep.
Um,
Agree.
house number 3, though, speaking of jerks, has Pablo
Oh,
Picasso.
this is the jerk house. I don't wanna go to this one. You have
Yeah,
Picasso, Degas, Caravaggio. Well, Dali's lovely, and I like Dali, but I don't
he
know.
would be interesting to talk to,
Yeah.
but, like, oh my god, I would wanna shave off his mustache just to I
Convince him that it's an art happening thing, like, then you'd be good.
like, I really like Degas' paintings, um,
Ugh.
but
Um, gross.
yeah,
I mean, yes,
I
they're
think
beautiful. They're
they're
absolutely
beautiful,
beautiful,
but
but
also, yes,
ew.
gross. It's weird.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, if you look at
they're
it one well,
beautiful.
anyway, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna anyway.
Yeah, I think we all know what's going on.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
we all know, but I do like his techniques, and I think he's good painter, but
Yeah.
but again, not as bad as Picasso, though.
Yeah, what a jerk.
He's
Um,
such
yeah. Oh, but Caravaggio? Great painter.
yes, he would probably have some good tidbits.
Yeah.
I think, he's so good at light,
Oh,
so,
so beautiful.
yeah, he would be interesting to talk to. Um, but yeah, I just think that would be a terrible house to be stuck in.
Yeah, no thanks.
Um, yeah, moving on. Gross. This could be the house I would pick, house number 4.
Oh, really?
We've got Gustav Klimt, Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec,
Mhm.
Michelangelo, Georgia O'Keeffe, and Rene Magritte.
Mm. Yeah, that's a lot of good art right there.
Like, yeah, I really like Toulouse-Lautrec because
Mhm.
again, good bar stories.
Beautiful art too.
Yes,
Great lines, great color. Beautiful.
he was really good.
Yeah.
Went to a lot of bars. I just wanna hear the bar story. I just
Yeah.
really like that time period. It's
Mhm.
all goes, I don't know, prohibition, whatever. Anyway, um, Klimt is awesome. Michelangelo, I love Michelangelo. Michelangelo was a rebel.
Mhm.
He was cool.
Yeah.
Georgia O'Keeffe, we all know is cool.
Oh,
I don't
yes.
know much about Magritte.
Magritte
Um,
is the surrealist.
but like I feel like his paintings are pretty harmless.
Oh, I love them. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're really good. They don't feel particularly sexist.
No, he had a good relationship with his wife, who also, I think she also did surrealist work
Oh,
too.
I actually think I read about Magritte earlier. Oh,
Yeah.
was it Magritte? Okay, because I did was Googling some of them because I wanted to talk about this. Um, oh yeah, okay. He had a crazy married life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. So let me read this excerpt from Wikipedia for you. In 1936, Magritte's marriage became troubled when he met a young performance artist, Sheila Leahy, I don't know how to say it, and began an affair with her. Magritte arranged for his friend, Paul Collinet, I don't know, to entertain and distract Georgette, his wife.
hmm
But this led to an affair between Georgette and Collinet. Magritte and his wife did not reconcile until 1940. That was only 4 years.
Yeah.
So they kind of switched partners for 4 years and did
Yeah. They
reconcile.
worked it out.
So I
Oh,
mean,
art.
it's
Oh,
kind of
artists.
funny. Yeah, that sounds like such an artist story.
Yeah.
Because like in so many like art cliques throughout history, like they were all sleeping with each other.
Yep.
Um, very on brand.
It is. It is.
Um, but yeah, I feel like that could be an okay house.
Yeah, I like that one. I think two
I
and
feel
four, pretty great.
Yeah. Again, I still want house number 1. Just just
Just kill Andy
just
Warhol and
I'm
bury him in the yard.
yeah, I'm hiding him with my pencil.
Oh.
Okay. House number 5 is Claude Monet, Raphael, Artemisia Gentil I'm so sorry.
Artemisia
Gentileschi.
Gentileschi.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Auguste Rodin and Egon Schiele. I like Monet.
Mhm.
Raphael's good. I don't have much of an opinion on the rest. They're
Artemisia
okay.
Gentileschi is the one who did the beheading painting
Oh yeah,
after the
good.
whole rape thing. Did you hear about it? It's amazing. She's awesome. She's incredible and cool. And I would love she's a badass and I wish I could talk to her. And I saw it when
Oh,
it came to
it's a woman.
Chicago.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's got like a sad story, but like also kind of an awesome story in terms of just totally being a survivor and just a badass. Um,
Okay. I didn't know that. I did
yeah,
not know that she was a woman.
yeah, she's
Oh,
really
I'm gonna
great.
have to read up on this now.
Yeah, you should. I think you'd find it interesting. Her work is really dynamic and amazing and cool and goth. It's actually very metal.
Huh.
Anyway, she's great. So yeah, she'd be cool to sit down and talk to. But I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. The rest of them, I'm kind of like, eh.
Yeah. Um, all right. House 6 is Botticelli, Edward
Mm.
Hopper,
Hmm.
Manet. I
Hmm.
hate Manet.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
yeah, I don't know why. I think it's just because I just don't like his paintings as much as Monet, and they were friends, and their names are so similar.
You're like, it's confusing.
I just think that Manet's technique was nowhere near the level of Monet, and I just don't enjoy his I just don't. I think I'm
Yeah.
just picky.
No, I can see
Um,
why.
oh yeah, and also Marcel Duchamp and Eugene Delacroix. Um, Duchamp, I think I would be another Andy Warhol situation, maybe not, but like as soon as he'd start decimating my apartment, writing weird shit on my furniture, I'd be so over it. I'm really am not a big fan of Dadaism.
Oh, yeah?
Um, I really despise it.
Interesting.
I think maybe I'm a stick in the mud.
Why do you not like Dadaism?
I just remember like probably a bit, but I remember in school when they would teach us about Dadaism, not at in college, but when I was younger, maybe in college too. But people that would get like the teachers and professors and like students that would get really into Dadaism would want to play all the games that they play, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
Boring.
yes, okay. Shit. What's it called? The one where you fold the paper.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Exquisite Corpse. It's
Yeah.
okay. I don't like it that much. But also they would do stupid stuff. Like I remember like one where they would rip up paper and then put the paper like let the paper fall where it will and it's art. And I'm like, this isn't entirely like accurate because you're still kind of picking where you want the paper to fall. Like
Mm.
it just Dadaism always felt like a hipster ruse, you know?
Oh, I think out of context, I think maybe modern Dadaism, yes, but like within context of where Dadaism came out of, then it makes sense because it was, here's some
Mhm.
history for you folks. So it was after the falling apart of the world from World War One. It was losing money. It was everything, it was the collapse of the economy, if that doesn't sound familiar. It was having lots of people die, and they were like, nothing matters. They were like, money doesn't matter. None of this matters. We're going to make art about how bullshit this is. And we're going to do this by cutting out magazines. And we're going to say it doesn't matter. So it was revolutionary and,
Yeah,
kind of applicable now. But
it
but I think what you're saying is when people are taking it out of context and it's lost all the meat and the purpose and
you
the
can't recreate it.
yeah, exactly. It was of
And
that time.
also,
Right,
I
right.
know that even if I did exist post World War One at that time, I think I would still hate them.
Really?
I really do. I just
Really?
like I don't like
Interesting.
I think I'm
You'd
just
be
a grump.
like you'd
I
be like,
don't
I'm in Camp Bojiro.
I just I mean
I'm over here with Bojiro making 500 paintings for the Victorian elite.
I mean, yeah.
And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I like Bojiro too. I like the Dadaists too because of their place in history, but I don't want to make Dadaist art.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I will give every art credit of it to pave
Yeah,
way for different types of art movements, and it was revolutionary and stuff, but
right.
I'm not gonna like
Yeah, and
it.
that's fair.
I hate cubism.
Yeah.
Like, I understand and respect it for what it is, but I still hate it.
Yeah, that's fair. You don't
But
have
then
to
I'm all
like
about the
all the
impressionist.
art. What? You're all about the impressionists?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the impressionist.
Yeah. There's a lot of good ones.
I just like Van Gogh, but
He-
because I'm basic, I
No, no, no. That's good stuff. That's good art.
guess. But yeah, I don't know. I think if I could get rid of Warhol, I would pick First House. But I
Yeah.
think House 2 is good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't think House 4 is bad. I wish I could oh man, this is what we should have done. We should have moved people around so make a perfect
We're
house.
like, you can't be in this house anymore.
I saw people they apparently this started with authors, this little meme,
Hmm.
and I thought about pulling it down, but I didn't know like half of the authors because I haven't read enough classical stories. Um, I just saw that one of the houses said I
I think four. I think four is mine.
4 is good.
Yeah, I
4
like
is
that
good. I
one.
feel like it's like a good balance.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some nice
Yeah.
stuff going on there.
I think so too. Yeah.
Hmm. So we have sorted ourselves into these
Yeah, we
artistic
have.
houses. Talked
Yeah,
about
it's
how much we don't like Andy Warhol and Pablo Picasso, and how much of a perv Edgar Degas was, but only sideways.
but only me sideways.
We
What do you
implied that he was. We didn't say it
Oh,
directly until now.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he's most of his paintings were just of ballerinas.
Yeah, and they were like
And like,
14.
yeah, that's which makes it so much worse.
Yup. And a
They
lot
were
of them had to
children.
be, a lot of them prostituted themselves because they couldn't eat because they were paid so little. Art
They all
history,
worked
folks.
their dollars away.
uh, anyway, that's real dark. So,
Yeah, well, Picasso and Warhol hated women, so
yeah, it's true.
hated them. But we hate you back. And you're
Whoa.
dead.
Oh, wow. Got real threatening. Okay, anyway.
They can't hear me.
I think we should end it on that terrifying note. What do you
Sorry.
think? No, it's fine. It's totally fine. A lot of these artists were jerks, and that's just history, and that's fine. So,
Yep,
uh,
that was fun.
yeah, that was really fun. Thanks for
Enjoyed it.
hanging around with us with our very silly questions and our nonsense. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. You have been listening to Through Dangers Untold, and our logo was created by Karen Hodo. You can find her online at kmhododesigns.com. Um, please consider commissioning her for design work. Her logo's beautiful. I love looking at it every week. I think it's just great. So please do if you are in need of a design. And also, you can find me at Sonnett Shelline. Whoa. SonnettShelline.com. And also, I post sometimes on Twitter, though I've been kind of pulling back from it lately. And Facebook. So, yes.
You can find me at my website, which is jessicarubishop.com. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter too at JRUBishop, which is my initials and my last name.
And please join us on May 13th when we have our next episode. And please, again, stay safe and stay at home if you can, and take care of each other. And thank you for listening and hanging out with us. And we will see you next month.
Bye.
Bye.